So I made a few changes since the last time you had joined me. I went ahead and I added the next scene, which is to go talk to Thora. And the idea is to try and see if they are in on the events. We're basically trying to get a read on them. And this isn't good because I'm not good with understanding things as a character. Um, I'm more or less disconnected, so I get a -1 to talking with, and I say ambassadors, but this will constitute that. I can pull in my intuition, which would bring that up to a 3 positive, but that's probably the best I'm going to be able to do. Um, let's see. So let's double check everything real quick. We got come up with the next scene setup. Yes, roll. We haven't rolled yet. Adjust the chaos factors already adjusted. Play out the scene. Scene ends. Update list. Okay, so I need to check the list. We have the healing patient. We do want to check on. Maybe not in this scene. It might be the following scene. Thora, the leader, is who we're talking to next. Patients. Need to check in on them after that. Fix radio. Technically, we can mark that out because I can walk back and fix it like literally right now. So that's basically done, thread, but we're not going to add it yet because I haven't officially turned it on. But I have located a problem and it's ready to be fixed. Haven't moved in on the medic at all. Don't know why the illness is. They seem to be some mysterious bites. Something with a fever, so we need to check in on that. What is biting people kind of goes along with the illness, and who is the saboteur? We have no clue who that could be. So we're gonna move in on that also. But for now, we need to talk to Thora. Chaos factor is set. Okay, so we're ready to roll. Okay, so we are rolling a d10, a single one. Let's give it a roll. And just for the heck of it, let's roll 2d100s. Okay, so we got a 2. Okay, so we rolled a 2, and that's definitely below the number, so let's reload and roll another d. Okay, so we got a 4. Take a look at what 4 is. Oh, I need to roll a d100 now. Roll a d100. 46. Move away from a thread. So we're going to move away from a thread. We currently have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 threads. So let's roll a d6. I believe let's do a d5. So we'll roll a d6. And we got 4. What you do for it? What is biting people? So we move away from a thread. What is biting people? I got it. So as we're on our way to talk to Thora, as I said last time, that if the patient is getting sick, the one that was Charles, the one that was feeling better, to let me know. Well, he comes running up, and he says, first thing I think of is, are you okay? Is something going on? He says, no. He said, but I've noticed something different in the different patients. You need to come and see. So I said, okay, well, let's go take a look. So we head over to the patients, and as we're there, he explains to me what he's noticed. There is a group of patients that's running really bad fevers, but have no bites on them. So if they have these fevers, is it contagion? In other words, can it spread from one person to another? Has this thing gone airborne? What exactly has happened to cause this to show up? And so I go ahead and I investigate. Let me make sure. I investigate to see what whether they actually have marks or not. In other words, is this the same thing, or is it two different contagions, or what's really going on here? So let's roll a D100. We get a 38. And let's see here. We are in the chaos factor of 5, and I'm going to say he's probably checked it very well. So I would put that probably at no way. Yeah, probably a no way. We'll put it very unlikely. It is a 25. We are over that, I believe. Yeah, we're over that. So the question was, do I see any marks? Yeah, I'm double checking the thing. And no, I don't see any marks. There's nothing there to show that the bites are on these people. Now, quick question, how many are there? I'm going to roll a D8 and see how many people I see that are seemingly infected, but don't have marks on them. 6. Okay, so 6 people. Let me make a note of this. Okay. So now we are at what's going on with these. So let's do this. I order that all these people that are sick without marks to be segregated from the other sick people, basically isolation. We want to keep them completely separate. And I'm going to look and see if I can find any connection later on what this could be. So I'm going to add something to the list, and I'll add it later. Okay, so I want these 6 people separated from the rest and monitor them the same as the other, give them the same treatments, but we want them separate, and anybody in that area needs to wear as much protection as possible, because if it's not biting, or if this is a different strain of disease or something, then it may be airborne. So nobody's allowed in the area unless they have, masks or something of some kind, and have an idea of how to deal with it. Now, just for point of fact, I actually have a mask. It's a hazmat, both biohazard and airborne contaminants, and I pretty much wear it all the time. So I'm talking through the mask, 90% of the time, maybe even more. Probably don't sleep with it on, but short of that. And so we'll keep that note in the future in case this is an airborne virus that may or may not affect the outcome of my health. So having said that, let's move on to talking to Thora. And I say, I really, we got this under control. I need to talk to Thora and find out, what's going on. And also, is there a security officer or a high-ranking, marshal or something, are they available? Can they assist me? And I'll roll on the D100. And I'm going to say it's probably likely or very likely. So, let's see. We got unlikely and very likely. Yeah, I'd say it's probably very likely. That's the wrong way. Very likely. There we go. So we got an 65. And we got an 82. They're not available. Oh, man. Okay. Okay, so we're going to do this on our own. So after hearing that, Alex reaches down and readies his weapon and makes sure there are rounds chambered, and he tries to make sure that nobody's paying attention to him. But I mean, he's in kind of the middle of the ward, and traveling across the town to where Thora is. But nonetheless, he readies his weapon and makes sure, basically, he girds his loins. He makes sure that everything is as prepared as it can be. So we haven't talked about a weapon, but basically he has a rifle. And did I even write that down? I don't think I put it down in here. I think it's in a different area, but he's got a rifle and a good amount of ammo. He can actually make ammo and he can repair the rifle. So it's kind of a modified rifle. It's modified ammo. I'm gonna say they're probably like not high explosive rounds or nothing, but they're probably matched sets. So he's poured the bullet himself and made sure that they all weigh the same and stuff like that. Grain match. So we go over and we see Thora. So first of all, are we able to see Thora? Let's roll the dice. It's 69. And I'm going to say it's probably 50-50 or somewhat likely. So let's go with somewhat likely. It's 65. Wow. Okay, so no, they're not there. So we enter Thora's office, escorted by the assistant who was told to, give us whatever we need. And Thora's definitely not there. So I'm going to investigate the office. And I have tuition. I'm exceptional at tuition. So that's 4 counts. Okay. I'm going to apply that. So my question is, do I see anything that might link Thora in Thora's office? It'll link Thora to a saboteur or like maybe some plants, something that catches my eye that kind of leans me or tells me that something's going on. Now I'm actually better at this than I am at talking to people, so this may be a good thing comparatively speaking to talking to Thora and trying to read them. So I'm gonna, and remember we got an increase of 4, so we got a 54. I'm pretty sure that is, so 51, 2, 3, 4. I'm pretty sure that is a 90. Yes, so that is a sure thing. Okay, so as it's a sure thing, let me make sure I read that right, because to be on the safe side, 54 and 1, 2, 3, 4. So as long as we go under 90. So yes, that is a sure thing that I find something. So I definitely find something. What is it that I find? And that's not a double, so let's see here. I'm gonna say it's probably an object. Okay, so I think it's an object. Roll 2 D100s, and we got 67 and 44. So objects. 67 is dangerous, and 44. Oh, I'm in the wrong one. Okay, so 44 is reassuring. Okay, and 67. So 67. Reassuring tool. Reassuring tool. Reassuring tool. So what I find is a document or some sort of clarification that is a guarantee that Thora will not get sick, under any circumstances. We'll say it's a note or a letter, and it's basically describing the fact that you have no worries, just wait it out, and good things will happen to you. It's a letter to Thora. So, do I find a marker or a name or something on this letter that can tell me where or who it came from? And we got a 67. I would say it would be like a no way, but I'm investigating, so it'd be +4, so it's somewhat likely. And 65. Okay. I'm gonna take a stab at it. I'm gonna move it by 2. So I'm gonna say yes, we do find it. Let's change my points. 48. So I got 48 points left. Okay. So we do find a name or something. Now, who can it be? The obvious suspects are. Let's look at a map real quick. So the obvious suspects are somebody from the southern or the eastern territories. So this is what we'll do. Is it somebody from a southern or eastern territory? If it's a yes and an odd number, we'll say southern. If it's a yes and an even number, we'll say eastern. Let's see here. 98. And let's go back over here. This is getting, I'm going to have another thread here in a minute. Okay. 98. So no. Because I'm saying, I mean, even if I go up to, very likely, it's still a no. Like, that's 91. So we got a 98. So that's an extreme no. Okay. So this is something that's happening in the house. Something in the northern, someone or somebody in the northern territory is trying to wreak havoc on Thela. Wow, okay. So we got to figure out what's going on there. So is our scene over? Well, we do need to see something here. Is our scene over? Do we feel like we fulfilled what we came to do? We actually did. We came and we saw that the leader is in cahoots with somebody that's most likely in the northern ones. We'll just say it has a seal of somebody. Not necessarily a name, but we'll definitely give it a seal. And so somebody from the north is the person writing to it. So I'm going to confiscate this letter and put it in a safe place. Now, where are we going to go now? We need to talk to Thora. We did that. See if there are any events that are happening currently. Yes, so we fulfilled that. So I think that scene sounds good. So at scene 4, where we will leave at, is we are leaving Thora's office and we are going to we need to increase the biting people. Okay, I know what we're going to do. We're going to go eat lunch because it's got to be at least past midday by now. So we are going to take a break. We've done a lot so far today. I mean, literally, this has been a half a day. So we are going to take a break, eat lunch, and try to figure out what's the best point of action now at this to take. And I feel like, so let's see, was there chaos? There was chaos in the scene. I think we handled it pretty good though. So I'm going to say that we lowered the chaos factor down yet again. Go down to, okay. So I'm moving it here, and just so I'm able to keep track with it better, I actually have this little bar, and we're going down to 4, so we're going to go to this side. So now we are in this realm. When we're searching, we can look in here. And okay, so I have a few updates for next session. I was going to tell you, but the time's getting a little bit long, so I'll wrap up now, and hopefully at next session, you can join me, and hopefully there'll be some changes. So look forward to that. And wow, what a turn of events. Okay, so just a quick recap. This is my original intentions for this adventure. Was I was going to basically be kicked out of the previous town, come over here and do something, and hopefully like develop this town good enough that I could like make a home out of it and just live my better life and assisting, because that's ultimately Alex's goal. But it's clear now that that's not going to happen. So um, yeah, that's an interesting turn of events. Okay, so we still have our personal characters. Bell, which was the chief mentor back in the previous town. Basically, we worked together quite a bit. So, we worked hand in hand. Um, then we got Samuel, who's the town leader. We want to establish a home or base. I can't mark that off yet, so we'll leave that as is. Medical, exceptional, which I actually forgot to add. I should have moved the factor, because when I was inspecting people and stuff, I don't think it would have made a difference, but that's something I need to try to keep in mind. Oh, there's my rifle, exceptional rifle. Okay, we got a backpack, armor 3. We're putting our note in our backpack. We got armor 3. Um, okay, so I will catch you in the next episode. To everybody out there, good morning, good afternoon, and good night.